Hello everyone, I'm Sarah Newman.
And I'm Clay Cartagena. You are watching Campbell Now Sports. The track and field team is celebrating another strong weekend. Campbell sent out two groups of athletes, one to Raleigh for the Raleigh Relays and another to Florida for Florida Pepsi Relays. Chastity Pickett continued her strong season, setting a new conference record on the 400-meter hurdles and is ranked first in the nation. Pickett was not the only Campbell to set new records, as the men and women's 4x100-meter relays set new conference records as well. Three other Campbells also received national rankings in the 100-meter and 200-meter sprints. In addition to this, CJ McBride has been named CAA Indoor Field Athlete of the Year following his strong performance in the indoor competitions earlier this season. The Campbells hope to continue this strong run of form when they travel to High Point for their next meet on April 5th and 6th.
Baseball is celebrating its first CAA series win. The Campbells traveled to Elon for the weekend, winning the first two games. On Friday, they took a commanding 13-1 victory with home runs from Peyton Bonds and Reed Stallman. The Campbells carried this momentum into Saturday when they secured the series win with an 8-4 victory. The game was close for the first 6 innings, but the Campbells put up 5 runs in the 7th to take the win. The winning streak unfortunately came to an end on Sunday. Campbell trailed Elon 9-0, but multiple REIs and home runs in the second half of the game closed the deficit. However, the comeback fell short, losing 13-12. Next up for the Campbells is a Tuesday matchup against UNC Charlotte.
Softball also scored a conference series win after a strong weekend against Monmouth. The Campbells started the weekend with an 8-5 win on Friday. Isabella Smith continued her strong season, pitching for 7 innings, recording 7 strikeouts. Smith now has more than 500 strikeouts in her collegiate career. The Campbells continued this success into Saturday's doubleheader. The day started off with a 3-1 win thanks to RBIs from Savannah White and Delaney McDilda. However, Monmouth denied the Campbells a weekend sweep in Game 2. Monmouth scored 5 runs in the first 3 innings, giving them an early lead. The Campbells scored 4 runs in the second half of the game thanks to RBIs, but were unable to convert this into a win. The Campbells return to action when they host East Carolina.
Men's tennis secured its 4th shutout win of the season, defeating Coastal Carolina 4-0 last week. Benjamin Mays and Lucas Steffen were named CAA Doubles Team of the Week following their strong performance. The Campbells are now 9-6 on the season and are preparing for the next matchup win against UNC Wilmington on Friday. Women's tennis also secured a victory last week. The Campbells traveled to Longwood where they won 6-1. The Campbells are now 9-6 on the season and preparing to travel to Longwood for their next matchup on Thursday. Now let's head over to Lucero Hernandez to hear what's going on this week in the Creek.
Thank you, Sarah. This week's action would take off on Tuesday with baseball and softball hosting midweek matchups. The day starts with softball hosting East Carolina at 5, and at 6, baseball will host UNC Charlotte. This weekend, baseball will host North Carolina A&T for a weekend series. In addition to baseball, the lacrosse team will return home this weekend after a long road trip for the Youth Appreciation Day on Saturday. Be sure to come out to the games and support the Campbells. Remember, students, gets free admission to all on-campus sporting events. You can find the start time and information on this weekend's promos on the Go Campbells website. That's all from me. Now back to you.
Thank you, Lucero. Men's golf is celebrating a successful week at the Seahawk Intercollegiate and the Cutter Creek Intercollegiate. The team finished 5th in both competitions, but individually, Eric Johansson finished 1st at the Seahawk Intercollegiate, earning him the CAA Golfer of the Week award. Next up is the CAA Championship on April 21st.
Continues its season today with the road game against Duke. The Campbells have had a difficult season so far, but hope to turn things around tonight. Last week, the Campbells lost 15-8 to Coastal Carolina despite a strong performance from Lexi Goff, who scored 3 goals. Tonight's game will mark the end of Campbell's road trip, and the Campbells will return home this weekend for a conference matchup. Thanks for watching. I'm Clay Cartagena.
And I'm Sarah Newman. We hope you have a good week, and we'll see you next time on Campbell Now Sports.